Greetings, everyone. Hope you're having a great day. Here we're looking at a monoprint, and that is a process where you actually paint onto a surface, and then from that surface you print through by hand pulling. By you put a piece of printing paper over that painting that you just put on the surface, and then you pull that through a press. This is 22 inches by 30 inches, and it came from a photo, I guess, I had of my wife at the time and my son Cezanne. She named him Cezanne, not me. Of course, I went along with that. But so it's from back in the like 1990, and I was going to Sonoma State University at the time and focusing on printmaking. And I had a big piece of plexiglass that I was able to, get a size 22 by 30 size on there, and I painted on that plexiglass in ink. Well, what you did, you can see up in the right-hand corner, you can see the mark of a roller, which I allowed to be there. I probably rolled most of that plexiglass so it was that black there, that dark. And then I began to take away with a cloth, my fingers, whatever, the ink. And so it was a process where I went from black to white. And then I hand pulled it, drew it through these beautiful presses that Sonoma State University had. A just lovely press, just beautiful, like 36, 48 inches wide, and just, big size, but just caught every nuance of what was going on. Let's take a closer look. So here you can see the entire process and the immediacy of the work and the aesthetic nature of what I'm doing. The beautiful light white to black. Very abstract, very real. A really nice composition. I've always been very proud of this work. It's got beautiful light, beautiful movement. And I work back into the ink with these brush strokes here, determining the line of the arm of the infant there, the line of that breast there, and that shoulder, and the face. I mean, I would have come back in with the brush to do this work, leaving the halftones and the whites in that way. It's got style. It's abstract, as I said before, it's real. And I certainly enjoyed doing it. Yeah, I just want to say a little bit about the monoprint, monotype process. What I remembered about this particular print was that it was maybe the third or the fourth print of this subject matter. You start out with the black, then you draw into the black. That's how I worked. And then I kept, then after you make your first print, you have a lovely halftone on the plate. So you pull and you get these kinds of halftones over here that are on the leg. And you can see that beautiful halftone against the white. So I would rework that plate with ink and bring it back and bring the image back out from what they call that ghost image that is left from the print. So this is probably the third or the fourth print I made in that session. And I'm not going to bother to go get the other ones at this point. But just to clarify that. Now, at one point I had one of the professors there asked me why I thought that monotype should be used in this way, simply to draw and paint into on the surface. You know, and they were into a lot of different monoprint techniques that kind of got what I felt to get in the way of simply expressing yourself. But so there's things you can do, and offhand I can't even remember. But I always thought the medium was great to just paint into that way because it gave you that luminosity of that second. The ghost image always had these beautiful halftones that you could then work with, deepen, bring the brush back into it, whatever you wanted to do with what was left on that plate after you made your print. And that really, and plus you're wiping off ink in different areas too, where you want to get to that white. So it gives you this possibility of luminosity, the medium itself, which I always really appreciated. And I would just wanted to add that to this little description of this monoprint. And it's framed, the 3-inch frame with a simple black or white mat and a decent frame, a 3-inch mat, I would say, and you'd have a really beautiful image, picture painting, aesthetic statement on a wall. And you get this as on a t-shirt, one of my t-shirts. So, check out my t-shirt section of my store at theraymondart.com, and just enjoy the stuff. If you want to download an image and print it out in some way, feel free to do so. I'm not sure I'm not sure about the how big it would print out good. I forget that word's not coming to mind right away. Anyway, it'd make a nice postcard, I'm sure. But just leave my name on it somewhere, attribute it to me, and I don't care if you do that. And enjoy the work. That's the main thing. It's like listening to a piece of music. Once you know how to look at art, there's no difference. And that can be a very satisfying experience. Hey, have a great day.